Hello students, myself Anita Kangar, TGT Science. Children, let us continue with the first chapter. Children, this is our third session in this chapter. So we were doing the various agricultural practices that are being practiced by a farmer in sequence of growing crops in his or her field. So first was the preparation of field. Now second is sowing. Sowing is the most important part of crop production. Before sowing, good quality seeds are selected. Good quality seeds are clean and healthy seeds of a good variety. So children, if we will select good quality seeds, then our crop will be healthier. It will provide good yield. So farmers prefer to use seeds which give a high yield. Now, how this selection of seeds is done. So what Paheli is saying here? She is saying, one day I saw my mother put some gram seeds in a vessel and pour some water on them. After a few minutes, some seeds started to float on top. I wonder why some seeds float on water. So children, can you answer this question asked by Paheli? So children, the seeds which are damaged by insects or rodents, they become hollow, and when we soak them in water, then they flow on top of water, while the healthier seeds, they settle at the bottom. This is one method to separate healthier seeds from the damaged ones. Now, in relation to this thing, one activity is given. Now you can perform this activity at home also. Now what you have to do, you have to take a beaker or a cup or any glass, fill half of that glass or utensil what you are taking, fill half of it with water, and then put a handful of any grain which is available at your home in it and stir well. Then after some time, record your observation. Whatever you will observe, do intimate to me. So you will find the seeds floating on the top of the vessel. So you can discard that kind of seeds because they may be damaged. Now, this is a good method for separating good healthy seeds from the damaged ones. Now, before sowing, one of the important tasks is to know about the tools used for sowing seeds. Now, first one is the traditional tool. The tool used traditionally for sowing seeds is shaped like a funnel. You all must have seen a funnel being used by your mother in kitchen at home. The seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. These ends pierce into the soil and place seeds there. So this you can see from this picture, the farmer is putting seeds into the funnel that is attached to the plow, and it is being sown in the soil. Now, the second instrument which is used nowadays is seed drill. Nowadays, the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractors. This tool sows the seeds uniformly at proper distances and depths. It ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. This prevents damage caused by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. So children, I am showing you the pictures of traditional methods of sowing seeds and seed drill also. So you watch these pictures which I am showing you. These are the traditional methods of sowing seeds. This you can see, seeds are being sown with the help of hands also, and with the help of funnel also. Now children, seed drill. Let us see various seed drills that are available nowadays for sowing seeds. So you can see a number of seed drills that are being used nowadays. So what is the advantage of using a seed drill? So using a seed drill, an appropriate distance between the seeds is important to avoid overcrowding of plants. What will happen if there will be overcrowding of plants? Then the individual plants will not be able to get sufficient nutrient and the crop will not be healthy. So this allows plants to get sufficient sunlight, nutrients and water from the soil if they are placed at proper distance. Sometimes a few plants have to be removed to prevent overcrowding. So a seed drill places the seeds at proper distances. Now what Paheli is saying, seeds of a few plants such as paddy are first grown in a nursery. When they grow into plantlets, they are transplanted in the field manually. Some forest plants and flowering plants are also grown in the nursery. So children, this paddy cultivation I am sharing some picture is being done here manually. The people are standing in stagnant water field and they are sowing the plantlets of rice or paddy with their hands. Now next is adding manure and fertilizer to the crop. Why the need of adding manure and fertilizer to the crop? The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. So what is the need of adding these? What Bujo is saying here, let us listen to him. I saw a healthy crop growing in a farm. In the neighboring farm, the plants are weak. Why do some plants grow better than others? Children, can you answer this question? You must have seen crops growing in fields. Some you must have observed healthy crops while some are not so healthy. So why this happens, let us see. Now soil supplies mineral nutrients to the crop. These nutrients are essential for the growth of plants. In certain areas, farmers grow crop after crop in the same field. The field is never left uncultivated or fallow. Imagine what happens to the nutrients. So children, if a farmer is growing crop after crop in a field and he is not leaving the crop fallow or uncultivated, then all the nutrients present in the soil will get used up. So to supplement the nutrients to the soil, we must add manure or fertilizer to the crop so that we can get a healthy crop out of the field. Now continuous growing of crop makes the soil poorer in certain nutrients. Therefore farmers have to add manure to the fields to replenish the soil with nutrients. This process is called manuring. Improper or insufficient manuring results in weak plants. So this is also necessary that we should select proper manure or fertilizer that is required for the crop, because each crop has its own requirement. Some crop needs one nutrient, other crops need some other nutrient. So we should select the appropriate nutrient or fertilizer providing that nutrient. Now what about manure? What is a manure? Manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of plant or animal waste. Farmers dump plant and animal waste in pits at open places and allow it to decompose. The decomposition is caused by some microorganisms. So these microorganisms are also called decomposers, as you have read in your earlier class. The decomposed matter is used as organic manure. So you have already learnt about vermicomposting in class 6th and about decomposers in class 7th. So children, here is one more activity where you have to take 3 vessels or 3 planting cans, you can say, and you have to plant some seeds. Take some moong or gram seed, whatever available at your home, and you have to plant them in separate cans. Now what you have to do here is, in one can you have to add manure to the soil in which you have planted these seeds, and some in second can you have to add fertilizer, and the third can you don't have to put anything, either manure or fertilizer in it, and you have to observe the growth of the seedlings after 7 to 10 days. So by doing this experiment you will be able to observe the growth of plant in case of when we supplied it with manure, and when we supplied it with fertilizer, and when we haven't supplied it with either manure or fertilizer. So you will observe the growth of plant in all the 3 cases, and this will help you to understand the importance of fertilizer or manure for the plant. Now what you have to observe, did all the plants in all the glasses grow at the same pace? Which glass showed better growth of plants? In which glass was the growth fastest? Now children, we have read about this manures. Now what are fertilizers? Fertilizers are chemical substances which are rich in a particular nutrient. How are these different from manure? Fertilizers are produced in factories, whereas manures can be prepared in fields. Some examples of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, NPK, that is N for nitrogen, P for phosphorus, and K for potassium. The use of fertilizers has helped farmers to get better yield of crops such as wheat, paddy, and maize. But excessive use of fertilizers has made the soil less fertile, as these are inorganic compounds. Fertilizers have also become a source of water pollution. Therefore, in order to maintain the fertility of the soil, we have to substitute fertilizers by organic manure, or leave the field uncultivated or fallow in between 2 crops. Now the use of manure improves soil texture as well as its water retaining capacity. It replenishes the soil with all the nutrients, that is, it provides the soil with all the nutrients that the soil is lacking. Another method of replenishing the soil with nutrients is through crop rotation. So what is this practice, children? So this can be done by growing different crops alternately. We can grow leguminous crops alternately with the crop which we are having. Suppose earlier farmers in northern India used to grow legumes as fodder in one season and wheat in the next season. So there is rotation of a cereal crop and a leguminous crop. This helps in the replenishment of the soil with nitrogen. Farmers are being encouraged to adopt this practice. So this will naturally supplement the soil with nitrogen. In the previous classes, you have learnt about rhizobium bacteria. These are present in the nodules of the roots of leguminous plants. They fix atmospheric nitrogen from the they fix atmospheric nitrogen that is present in the atmosphere to the soil, which can be used by plants. As the atmospheric nitrogen cannot be used by plant directly, so this has to be fixed, and this is fixed by rhizobium bacteria that are present in symbiosis with the root nodules of leguminous plants, just like pulses or other legumes like this gram and etc, moong, etc. Now, what is the difference between fertilizer and manure? As you are watching this table, so the differences are enlisted here. As we have read in this chapter, this is given in this table also. So fertilizer is an inorganic salt, while a manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste and plant residues. Second difference is a fertilizer is prepared in factories, just we have learnt right now, and the manure can be prepared in the fields. Third point, a fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil because it is inorganic, and manure provides a lot of humus to the soil, and it increases the water retention capacity of the soil. Fourth point, fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, whereas manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. So these are the differences between a fertilizer and a manure. In spite of this, we should use manure as far as possible. Let us know about the advantage of using a manure. The organic manure is considered better than fertilizer. This is because, first point, enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. If the soil will not have water holding capacity, then water will get flown off the field, and the water which is required by the crop or the plant will not be available to the plants. Second, it makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases becomes easy. Third point, it increases the number of friendly microbes. It is organic in nature, therefore it increases the number of friendly microbes, which are friends of the farmer. Fourth point, it improves the texture of the soil. It makes the soil